today I'm actually going to be working on the Mustang some. I'm going to be doing a welded diff, as well as I've got a new bucket seat that's going in. I'm trying to get all this done before the Sebring US Drift event next weekend. So it is Friday. I got to have it done on the trailer by Friday, heading down to Sebring. So pulling the diff out, getting the bucket seat in, it's doable. A few things have to come off to get the diff out. The exhaust has to come off, the drive shaft, calipers, and we should be able to leave the rear knuckle on, just unbolt a few things and kind of rock it down out of the way to be able to pull the axle shaft out. So I'm going to go and drain the fluid from the diff, and I've already pulled the exhaust out, and we'll go from there. Ew. Alright, check this out. This is the drain nut. It has a magnet on the end because the clutches and the limited slip, you do wear some of that material away. As you can see in the rag here, there's some clutch material on here, some stuff I was able to wipe off this magnet. Let's see how thick that is. Completely normal. Nothing too bad. No big chunks or anything. Just some gunk, thick gunk. Great. Went ahead and got the half shaft out from the car. Wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be, thankfully. So now we got to go do the other side, and I'm just going to fast forward through that since you guys saw me pull up this side, and then we'll be able to pull the diff out. And I forgot to mention, you got to remove the drive shaft from the diff. So I went ahead and did that. Now I started to go ahead and remove the bolts from the differential, but as I was looking at the size of the diff and looking up the weight of it, I'm not super confident just using a jack under it to lower it out of the car. So I am going to borrow my buddy Igor's transmission jack, which will be a much larger, flatter surface to lower the diff. This thing weighs like 100 pounds from what I see online. All right, so I got a little sidetracked. Completely forgot to film all of the stuff with pulling out the diff and getting the cover off. So I'll just show you guys. I went and picked up this trans jack from my buddy Igor, who I do all the podcasts with. Thank you so much, Igor. This made it so much easier. Yep. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing back here now. And here's the diff. And the cover. So, this thing wasn't too bad to take out. How many of these are there? There's a bunch of these eTorx heads, and I actually almost stripped this one. So I'm gonna have to replace this one because I did eat it up with the impact. Just not putting enough pressure against it, and it vibrated off and kind of tore the end up a little bit. So I gotta replace that one. Cover came off pretty easy, just a few smacks of the rubber mallet, and it fell right off. So this is the Ford track lock, not the Torsen. So this is the 355 rear end. So what we're gonna do is we gotta get all this oil out of here, cleaned up, and then we are actually going to weld these 4 gears together. And the fact that it has this tension spring in here, I believe it's a tension spring, the fact that it has this in here will make it a little bit easier. I don't know if we're gonna add our own piece of metal in there, but yeah, basically we're gonna weld all these together, which will completely lock it and turn it into a spool. And so the left will spin equal as the right. So we're just gonna continue this tomorrow. I've got to get the diff cleaned out, lots of brake clean, make sure it is ready to weld. and then we're gonna go run over to my buddy Huffman's, who is the Diff welder in town, and he said he might let me weld it. So I've never welded anything before. Could be fun. Maybe do some test pieces or something. But I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. So yeah, let's go to tomorrow. Alright, so this is it all welded up. So he welded all 4 gears together and then welded them to the actual case for the limited slip. So it's officially trashed. It's no longer a limited slip, but I can always take that out down the road if I ever want to change it back, or if I have to replace it if that does break. But if that breaks, I'll have to do a new ring gear and pretty much rebuild this whole thing, or buy a different diff altogether. So next thing up, I need to scrape off any gasket material left over from pulling the cover off and slap some new gasket maker on it. We're using this per recommendation, and let it cure, and then we'll throw some fluid in it and get it back in the car. Alright, diff is back in, went in no issues, and the drive shaft is back on. I am just cleaning up the drive shaft bolts, some gunk on them I'm going to clean off before put these back in, and then after that axles and reassemble the rear end. Alright, so I had a little bit of trouble getting the driver's side axle in. It seemed like it was getting snagged on some slag or some metal from the welding. So I had Huffman, my buddy, come over and help me get it all the way in. And now we get to continue putting the car back together and hopefully drive it tonight. Alright, this is the first test drive with the welded diff. Alright, so I didn't actually record the magnet on the drain and fill plug, but you can see some of the metal after changing the fluid after just driving it around all day and drifting it a little. There's a good bit of metal chunks. The magnets had a lot of metal on them, so definitely recommend changing the fluid after driving it around so this isn't rattling around in your diff. You can see all the metal in the pan in the diff. Definitely a good thing we changed it. Alright, so I didn't really record much after that last clip because I was in a rush to get the car loaded up down to the drift event, which I've already done a video on and had a hell of a time. Actually exploded a wheel. This is what's left of it. And yeah, it was a really good time. Welded diff performed great, way more predictable on transitions, and the car does seem a little more gripped up while drifting because it's not just limited slip. It's not taking so long for that other wheel to lock. So yeah, the car feels way better with it. But that's where I'm going to end it for this video. If you want to see the drifting footage from that event. I already posted the video, so go check that out. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.